All right, friends, we've got a really great thing next for you. It's my great privilege to introduce our keynote speaker, Brittny Ferguson. Brittny is a proud UAGC alumna, accomplished business leader, entrepreneur, and passionate advocate for opportunity and empowerment. She earned her Master of Business Administration from UAGC while balancing, this might sound familiar to some of you, career and motherhood and the many demands you all know so well, an experience that makes her journey especially meaningful to celebrate today. After overcoming adversity to building a successful career in banking as Assistant Vice President for Strategy and Delivery Manager at U.S. Bank, Brittny has led with purpose, resilience, and a deep commitment to serving others. She is also founder of the Once Upon Her Life, a platform dedicated to helping individuals live intentionally and create meaningful change. Through her leadership, mentorship, and dedication to financial literacy and community impact, Brittny exemplifies the values we celebrate at Commencement: achievement, perseverance, and service. Graduates, her story is proof that where you begin does not define where you go. So please join me in giving a warm welcome to our Spring 2026 Commencement speaker, Brittny Ferguson.
Well, good morning, UAGC family and fellow Wildcats. Now let's make some noise again for the graduating class of 2026. Yes. Now, I just love being here in Phoenix with you all, where the sun is always booked and busy. I'm absolutely honored to stand with you all today. Now, before I say anything else, I want you to take a second and really let it land, graduates. You did it. Not in theory, not almost, but you finished. You bet on you, and in the process started a forward motion in the pursuit of becoming who you are truly meant to be. Now, today we are here to give you your flowers, but first, and once again, let's recognize the families, friends, mentors, faculty, and loved ones who helped carry our graduates to this moment. Because one name may be on the diploma, but no one gets here alone. So thank you for your support in their pursuit of excellence. Again, my name is Brittny Ferguson, and I am a proud graduate of the University of Arizona Global Campus class of 2019, where I earned my MBA with a concentration in organizational leadership. Thank you. I'll take that. Being invited back to keynote again is not only an honor, but a full circle moment with receipts, because I've been where you are. Balancing work, family, deadlines, and that one assignment that you were convinced was designed to test your character. See, I know the late nights, the early mornings, the doubt, but I also know the joy of finishing something that you refuse to quit. You are living proof that achievement belongs to everyone. Because many of you didn't just go to college. You fit college into a life that was already full. Some of you had to pause your journey during uncertain seasons and then came back stronger. Some of you wrote discussion posts after a late shift. Some studied while the kids slept. Some logged on from deployments, from break rooms, kitchen tables, and hospital parking lots, and some from time zones that didn't care whatsoever about a deadline. Trust me, I get it. And to my graduates in your 20s, adulting is not for the weak. See, one minute you're walking across a high school graduation stage full of dreams and possibilities. The next, you're paying bills, making decisions that actually matter, building careers, and wondering what the heck happened to the last 5 years. Personally, I thought adulthood would come with a manual. Meanwhile, it's just been password resets and unexpected expenses. But here's what I learned. Becoming who you're meant to be doesn't happen when life gets quiet. Becoming happens when you keep showing up while life is loud. Now, let me tell you what that actually looked like for me during my time here at UAGC. I was working full time, raising my broke BFF, AKA my teenage daughter. Just saying. Supporting my family, and unexpectedly becoming a caregiver for my mother after a stroke. All while trying to convince my fiance that I only needed the lights on 5 more minutes to finish my assignment. See, life was lifey, and it felt anything but soft. But even within life's full and unapologetic momentum, there's growth, discovery, and the chance to choose who you're becoming. See, that season taught me something I still live by to this day, that every chapter is preparing you for the next. And sometimes the bravest thing you can do is simply show up and stay in the story long enough to transform and discover who you're meant to be. That realization is also what led me to name my company Once Upon Her Life. Because in every one of our stories, it's never too late to start writing a new chapter. And when you're willing to sacrifice who you are for who you can become, something starts to shift internally. UAGC gave me more than a master's degree. It gave me confidence, clarity, and a network of support that helped me grow into the leader that I am today. It pushed me to hold myself accountable in the pursuit of mastery above mediocrity. And as my dad always says, it gave me the ability to compete in rooms and at tables where no one else looked like me. It reminded me that hope is not a strategy. And I work in the banking industry, so trust me when I say that I'm just hoping it works out is not an approved financial plan or a life plan. Yes, hope can inspire, but it's the knowledge, skills, and perseverance that build sustainable success. Now, since graduating, I've been blessed to see the fruit that resulted from building upon that foundation. Awards and honors, including being named UAGC's Alumni of the Year, promotions at work, and I even self-published my first book. And I'm only sharing that to remind you that the possibilities beyond this moment are real. So I need you to hear me when I say that this moment has weight. Some of you are just beginning your journey. Others may be the first in your family to graduate from college. The first. That's not just an accomplishment, that's a breakthrough. That's legacy. That's you changing the trajectory, breaking cycles, and turning "we'll see" into "we did that." And trust that someone is watching you and thinking, if they can do it, maybe I can too. And then there are those of you whose story is powerful in a different way, because similar to me, you had the courage to start later. See, you came back with a full calendar, real responsibilities, and bills that do not care that you had a discussion post due at midnight. You logged on while somebody needed a ride, a meal, or a miracle. You showed up, increased your earning potential, and checked off a goal that you've carried in your heart for years. Now, as each of you steps into this new chapter, I want to leave you with 3 mandates to continue building upon after today. because your story continues. And you can trust the next chapter because you already know the author. First, carry the win forward and then pay it forward. See, today is both a finish line and a starting line. So don't treat this degree like a trophy on a shelf. Treat it like evidence. Evidence that you can do hard things. Bottle this energy because momentum is a gift. And it's also a decision you make tomorrow morning when nobody is clapping. My challenge to you within the next 72 hours is simple. Do one thing that continues moving your story forward. Send the email, submit the application, start the plan. And as you're building, don't forget to reach back, share the playbook, and send the elevator back down. Because the real flex isn't just graduating. It's becoming the kind of graduate who lifts others while you climb. Second, never stop being a student, even after the degree or diploma. See, I attribute much of the success I've been fortunate enough to experience to my personal obsession with learning, intellectual curiosity, and a deliberate pursuit of new knowledge. See, while deepening your foundation can be beneficial, I challenge you to step beyond what feels familiar, because real growth lives in the unfamiliar spaces. Exploring new perspectives and gravitating towards something different will stretch your thinking, challenge your assumptions, and sometimes even require you to pause what you believe to be true. And even if you don't always agree, you'll be a richer person for it. And lastly, take up space and lead with your gifts intentionally. You didn't work this hard to play small. Not in the boardroom, not in the group chat, not even in your own home. The world does not need a watered-down version of you. It needs the version that's bold, fully aligned, and unapologetically you. So give yourself permission to continue evolving and outgrow old versions of yourself as needed. Your degree is not just a credential. It's a reminder that you belong in every room that you walk into. So keep betting on you. Because the future doesn't belong to those who hesitate. It belongs to those who prepare. And when preparation meets purpose, opportunities will always have a way of finding you. UAGC graduates, and now fellow alumni, this is your moment. Yes. And as you leave here today, walk with confidence, not because you have every answer and not because the road will be easy, but because you now know what you are capable of. Keep growing, keep learning, keep showing up even when life gets loud, because your story is still being written. So write it boldly, write it with intention. And don't be afraid to turn the page when it's time for something greater. Because the only person you are destined to become is the person you decide to be. Congratulations again, class of 2026. Go write something incredible. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you, Brittny. We really appreciate you being in the Wildcat community with us. Fantastic. Becoming, even while life is lifing, we're becoming. Thank you for that.